Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel.
We are Howard and April with Why Don't We Go?
And in this video, we just recently went up to Jackson Hole. We stayed at the Lodge of Jackson, and here's our stay. So stay tuned to the end, and we'll give you our final thoughts.
Yep. We hope you enjoy it.
Hello, everyone. We are staying here at the Lodge Jackson Hole, and we're going to be giving you a review at the end, giving you a room tour. Let's go ahead and get kind of show you around the lobby and what they're offering. It is a little brisk morning. I think it's 17 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'd like to get inside actually. So anyway, but the portico is gorgeous. I really like that lodgepole pine throughout, 3 stories, and cool little bear theme. So you've got little bears looking into some of the rooms right up here. Really neat. And then a little carved bear there. The bench with all the bears. Cute. I really love the elkhorn chandeliers. Got a bear there saying hi, and some raccoons here. Cute. And of course, the raccoon at the trash. Let's head on in. Great lobby. You got some animal heads and great fireplace. Let's check out the little concessions area. They do offer some robes. They do have guest laundry, so some Tide and Bounce for those, but kind of everything that you might need, Aleve, Advil, Claritins, etc. But if you're wanting, they do have some beer, some local makers from Roadhouse to Melvin to Grand Teton Brewing, and of course the normals of Coors Light. They have some sodas and energy drinks, and some milks and waters and snacks, and pretty much anything you might need for a quick stay. And whew, gotta love the ice cream. All right, let's head on in. We already had the breakfast, but I want to kind of show you where it's at. They do offer it here. It is, while you're staying here, $5 per person, and 14 and under are for free. I got a cool little bar area here. And let's head on back here. Ah, neat. I've got, forget what that's called. Leave me the description. I call it shuffleboard, but I'm not sure. So please correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure I am. All right, let's head on to the next location. What's that?
In there on the table, they have bear decorations and they're playing hockey. Whoa!
Hey there. So we are at the pool area of the lodge here in Jackson. Starting out this morning, it is a balmy 17 degrees Fahrenheit. The great thing about this location is they have an indoor-outdoor pool and an indoor-outdoor hot tub. So this outdoor area is lovely. It'd be great in the summer, but it is quite nice in the winter as well. So if you've seen another video of mine, I highlighted some different lunch places, and I highlighted Sweet Cheeks. And I don't know if you can zoom in that little red sign on top of there where it says butcher. That is Sweet Cheeks. So if you want some great sandwiches, I recommend going there. But let's do this pool area. So again, this pool is heated and it's indoor and outdoor. And in the summer, they would roll that up. But this way you can kind of get both back and forth. And you've got a lovely hot tub here. And they got some frost in from the night. And they've got some cute bears on the side here. So it's a makes the whole area super cute. And here's a little bit bigger one, just some great design and artwork, kind of makes it fun. Let's head on in and look at the pool. So in here, you've got plenty of towels. You do have a changing room for both men and women's here. And then here is the indoor section of the pool that goes on out. So yes, you can just jump on in there, and as you want, you just drop in underneath and go on out. Wonderful area, great lounge area here. Additional towels and where to dispose of your used towels. And then, of course, you've got your indoor hot tub here. It's really nice. I have to say I like this. And then you do have a sauna here as well. And I don't know. Oh, yes. It's nice and toasty since I was just outside. But yeah, you got plenty of room for half dozen people in here. You got your bricks, there are rocks. And then I will go ahead and show you the gym here in just a little bit. Hey, so we thought we'd share what it's like here in the hot tub at night in the outside hot tub. You can see all the steam around, and no one else is braving this. You've got the indoor-outdoor gate there. Another feature they offer is a guest laundry. It is not complimentary and it doesn't look like they provide detergent free of charge, but that is something I imagine you can get from the front desk. I'll check that out here in a minute. But here is the guest laundry area, and it is just out near the pool, but you've got plenty of machines. It looks like 4 of each. If you don't have the change, they do have a change maker here. But again, just makes it a little bit easier for when you're here for long-term stays. So just to the side of the entryway, they do have a beverage station, so waters and Keurig machine, so if you need an additional pick-me-up. And then they do have a workstation area and a printer, so not too shabby. Restroom and a water fill up station. So kind of everything you might need. And let's see about a room tour. They do have an ice machine on each of their levels that I've seen so far. And the hallways are just nice and open and wide. Cool pictures from local areas, and all the rooms have really kind of neat uh, room number placards here. So just really comfortable, and I like the feel of it. All right, time for the room tour here. We are in room 210. Again, I really like the little room number, so let's go ahead and check this in. And nice entryway here. You do have that full-size mirror. Check yourself before you get on out. And let's go ahead and do the bathroom. I like the tile in here, and that sink is lovely. Plenty of towels. Ton of counter space here. Switch, and you do have the GFCI outlet there. And they do provide you with a hair dryer, Conair there, backup amenities. And the creme de la creme is honestly, the shower is great. You've got the rainfall head up here, and then the regular head. You've got the bench in the corner. Makes it easy for the ladies to shave their legs. Let's get on in here, and they have the Lodge Jackson green tea lemongrass shower gel conditioner and shampoo. But yeah, you can see here plenty of room, and yeah, nice bathroom here. The one thing we did notice was kind of a lack of hooks. There's literally one hook here for, I'm assuming, towels, and we're using that for uh, all of our little amenities to have those, but no hooks other than that. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the room. We do have a decent sized closet here. You've got the safe up top, got your ironing board iron, and decent sized amount of closet space. And then the room itself, I do like the size of the room. You've got a great desk area. You do have a couple of drawers. And then I think this pops up, maybe. There you go. So here it is. You've got the couple of outlets, a USB, looks like a USB-C there as well. And then that can pop down. Your phone, you know, area-specific artwork. You do have your coffee maker, in-room coffee maker for an individual kind of K-cups. Not quite a Keurig brand, but should be good. Down here is your fridge. They do not fill it, so we can fill it with whatever we were needing. But I do like, it's got the temperature and plenty of storage in there. And then up top, we've got our supplies, your microwave, etc. You do have your thermostat that you can heat or set. Easy for managing that. Nice size couch, fairly comfy. We were chilling in that last night. It is a pullout, so you can definitely fit extra people. And then your ottoman is actually a full storage with some extra pillow and blankets in here as well. Like the nightstands, I've got all my electronics in there, some extra shoes down below. Do have your radio with, again, outlets, USBs on both sides, and then over here you do have a couple of outlets with a USB-C. Looks like a landline. We'll deal with that. The lights are actually on a dimmer ability, which is lovely. Each side does have this unit for your reading light, and that swivels, which is pretty cool. Makes it a little bit easier to use, and make sure you got it. Bed is super comfy. I can attest to that. Nice little sitting chair. This dresser is huge. All of our clothing. The TV does swivel, which is nice. And then your heating and AC unit. A little extra storage. And again, this size doesn't have the clock, but it does have those outlets with the USB. We are towards the back of the property. So out in the distance, this is Snow King Ski Resort. And if you zoom in there, you can actually see them making snow, getting ready for the ski season. And they typically have a lot more snow. It is a light snow season. And they have their own bobcat with a snowblower on there and plenty of scrapers just to help clear their amount of snow that they get in the parking lot, etc. I think the room is a great size. has everything you need. The one thing I'd say it is missing that we've seen other mountain hotels have is a lot of those hooks. We have a video on Alpenrock. We can put the link up here, and that's in Breckenridge. And they had so much extra things, but you're here for the winter. You've got all your extra snow coats, your hats, etc. Our thought is if they put a couple of hooks or a set of hooks right there, that would just make this that much even better. But the room is nice, and we'll give you our full review and thoughts a little later. Thank you. All right, so we're here. We are going to get you a look at the gym here at the lodge. So let's check this out. All right, so starting out with free weights here, we're going from 5 pounds up to 50 pounds there. They've got some preset barbells, exercise balls. You got some mats over here hanging up. Of course, the full-size mirror. Make sure you're happy with your alignment. We've got 2 treadmills, an elliptical, a rowing machine, and then a couple of stationary bikes. Some massager action. All right. And then you have a tonal here as well. So not too bad. Let's check this out over here. You got a TV. You got some workout towels. You got a little bowl of some fruit and a fridge with some bottled water. All right. So that's your gym. Hey, well, thanks so much for making it to the end. As always, if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Really helps us bring content like this to you in the future. But let's get to our rating system. I'm going to put up a little thing here. AHOY is our acronym, and the A in AHOY stands for accommodations, H for hospitality, being the service, O for offerings, so those on-site amenities, and yield what we think most importantly, the overall value for the money. So let's get into accommodations, son. What'd you think?
In accommodations, we basically put the room. How's the room? What's the feel? How comfortable is the bed? And all of that stuff. I would say a 9. I really did enjoy that room. There were a few things that we mentioned during the video and in the room tour. The biggest thing for me is just um, kind of extra hooks that would be an easy fix, something pretty easy. But the room itself was lovely. It was a good size. It had nice big windows. I liked the real wood doors, the nice actual closet space. The bathroom was actually very lovely. I will say one thing about the bathroom, the faucet, it was either scalding hot or really cold. And so scalding, I need to mention it to the hotel, because if you had a child who was just turning on the faucet to wash their hands, they could burn themselves. There didn't seem to be a regulator. for the heat on that
I have
faucet.
to agree. We both worked in restaurants. I grew up in restaurants back of the house, and my kids joke sometimes I have oven mitts for hands, being able to grab things that are hot. That water coming out of the tap was hot.
Yeah, it was
And
scalding.
yeah, it was scalding hot. So it was a little odd.
Yeah,
Yep.
there should be a regulator on there.
But I mean, I said in the video, it just feels really nice in that hotel. It just gave me a good feeling. The building itself, the design, the accommodations were really good. I think a detractor we took away from the accommodations, besides the water, the heat, the shower, I think maybe had a little buildup. Some of the shower head was not coming out wonderfully.
Yeah,
You mentioned the bed was.
it was a very firm bed, which I don't mind, but the sheets again were a little crinkly, not as bad as when we reviewed a hotel
Oh
earlier in
yeah,
the year.
yeah. Some fabric softener
Some
would be
fabric
nice.
softener would fix it. We also brought our own pillows. We did try their pillows, and we didn't find any that really worked for us. So having our own pillows also helped with
Yeah.
that comfortability of the bed. But the bed itself did have a mattress topper, and it was nice. But some people who are against really firm beds might find them a little too firm.
Yep. So overall, hospitality, we are in agreement. 9
That
in
wasn't
total.
hospitality. That was
Sorry,
accommodation.
accommodations. Accommodations get a 9. Thank you for keeping me on track.
Yes.
I was already thinking of the next thing.
Yes, you were.
H in Ahoy, hospitality being the service that we were provided.
Yeah. We gave that a 7. Um, there are a couple of reasons. The staff was very friendly. That wasn't the main concern. But when we checked in, they did tell us that they were only going to clean the rooms every other day. We checked in on a Sunday. They said they would, and we're checking out Friday. So they said they would clean it on Monday and Wednesday. They probably would have cleaned it on Friday as well, but we were checking out.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I really honestly don't mind that at all. We don't make a huge mess. It's not a big deal. Our only concern or complaint with that was the Monday service was great. Made the bed, emptied the trash, cleaned the bathrooms.
I actually did the room tour after the Monday service, so you saw that room. So bed made, etc. Everything was good. I do have to say we had filled up the ice bucket, and they did not dump that and get us a new plastic. Not a big deal. I moved on. I still thought that was a good service.
Yeah. The Wednesday service was a different story. It seemed like they really only cleaned the bathroom. They restocked it, they cleaned it, dumped the trash, um, gave me new face wipes or makeup remover, towels, all that great stuff. But the bed itself wasn't touched. They didn't make the bed at all. I guess you said that they did empty the trash.
They had emptied the trash, but we had used some glassware from the bar for some beverages in the evening. Those were still untouched, left in the room. Again, the ice hadn't been done. So it's basically they came in and did the bathroom and emptied the trash cans, and that was it. So it was just really some inconsistent service there.
Yeah. So I'm not sure during season if they still maintain an every other day service schedule. And if they do, again, I think that would be fine as long as when they do the service that they actually, make the bed and, all that stuff instead of just one day doing the bed, one day not. You don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's different. What else on service? Oh, the hot tub. We went and were using their facilities, and it was our first time. I think it was Tuesday evening, and as we were entering into the door, a serviceman was coming in, and so I even held open the door for him. So he knew, obviously, we had our swimsuits on. We were going to use the facilities there. As we got in, that's when he decided to fill up the tubs and put all the chemicals in. And so we had gallons and gallons of ice cold water
Coming into the hot
coming
tubs.
into the hot tub while we're sitting there. I actually had to get up and inquire as to what was going on.
Yeah. And this wasn't like some random Tuesday at 10 a.m. This was 5 p.m. It's when we're coming back to the hotel after our day and we want to enjoy the hot tub. I know they do have to clean, they do have to fill, they do have to add chemicals. We just thought the timing was off for
Yes.
when people would be coming back to the hotel and actually wanting to use those facilities.
So them doing that job, very important. They did a great job later on. It was perfectly warm. It was just, again, that room service. What are we to expect? And then the timing on that. I think that's kind of knocked down the service piece for us because we weren't able to enjoy those amenities as much as we were hoping to. And it's not because they weren't clean. It was just they chose to do it.
At an odd time
Yeah, that didn't work for us. So 7 on hospitality.
for this trip.
Yep, on this trip. The offerings. So all of those amenities. So let me kind of list. We've got, of course, the pool, indoor, outdoor, which is lovely. They have the hot tub, indoor and outdoor. The indoor one's just a soaking tub. They've got the gym. They've got the business center with a printer, a beverage station. They've got on-site restaurant, which is really inexpensive, $5 a head. They actually even have a spa, but you had to do that as appointment. It was off season, so we didn't even go into that. All of those. What did you think of those offerings?
I gave it a 9. The only reason I really didn't give it a 10 as far as all the offerings were concerned would just be number one, we kind of reserve that for places that have like a full club access level, where maybe breakfast is included and you can have evening drinks. So since there are plenty of hotels that offer those types of amenities, this just didn't have that. But overall, I didn't think it was missing anything for where it was in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So, oh, they also offer a shuttle that takes you in town and around for free. I'm assuming tips.
Yep.
Um, Again, it was off season, so you would have kind of had to arrange that a little bit more. You should always ask in advance when you want to use a shuttle, but like in Breckenridge, it was just there all pretty much all the time, or you had to
Yeah, it
wait like
was.
10 minutes. Where here it seemed to be off and on when they were available, but again, all you had to do was request it.
Yeah, you just had to schedule it, and it would have been available. We had our vehicle, so
We didn't
there's
use
no
it,
point. So they have that as well. But yeah, offerings 9. It was solid. It was everything I personally needed. Yeah,
right? Yeah.
great job. So to us, the most important, the yield, overall value for the money. You want to kind of give them our nightly total?
Yeah, and we stayed 5 nights. And with the taxes, you have to understand like anytime you see the rates in Jackson, they're going to be one rate, but they have a lodging fee, they have like a tourist tax, they have a city tax, all of those things are added on to every hotel you're going to stay at in Jackson. But with all of those extra taxes and fees, it ended up being like $188 a night, which is an extreme value in Jackson. This was the very end of off season, like right when we were checking out on Friday. The resort, Jackson Hole Mountain Resort, opened for the season, so rates were going to double. But even with that, for what you were getting in town, those accommodations, I thought that was a great yield.
Yeah, we rated that a 9.5. It was solid. I would definitely go there again, even with the little tweaks. I was extremely pleased with my stay there.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, again, we hope you found this helpful. We're going to continue to do this. Please, again, like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. We're planning on going back another 1 or 2 times next year. Let us know what you'd like to see, and we'll see you soon.
bye bye.